Before that, I played rugby for more than 25 years, from cold, muddy mornings in Wales to playing on the world stage. During that time, I've broken bones, made lifelong friends, and learnt more than any classroom could ever teach me. Rugby is a beautiful game of violent precision. It has the power to change for individuals and large communities, and has helped shape most of my life. So here's 25 things I've learned from 25 years for rugby. The good, the bad, and everything in between. Building up to the aspect of rugby that I found most rewarding.
And the doctor is in the house.
If you're new here, I'm Luke Trahan. I've been lucky enough to play all over the world, from my grassroots and schoolboy days in Llanelli, to being in a pro academy at 15, to managing study and play at Exeter Med School, to earning my stripes in the Invitational Sevens circuit before playing for over 10 years as a professional Sevens player in the World Sevens Series. I've coached complete beginners, age grade athletes, men's and women's international teams, and my social media content has amassed over 50 years of watch time. So I think I have quite a wide range of experiences to pull some of the best lessons from. So let's go. We're going on a hike, by the way. The first one is that sidestepping might be the best feeling in rugby ever. Your movements cause as a defender to be completely useless. Almost feels a bit effortless, a little bit magical. The second is that rugby is a great humbler. It's an awesome way for most players to keep their aggression and anger in check due to that physical exertion. It feels great to smash someone in a tackle, but there is always someone bigger than you who's going to smash you at some point in your career, and I have noticed it does take some players a little while to learn this. The third one, which is a little bit more of an odd one, is that every big sevens tournament I've ever been to serves ridiculous amounts of watermelon at every meal. And I'm not going to mention names, but there's certain countries who are very happy to take all of the watermelon and leave none for anyone else. The fourth is that the best players make it look like they have all the time in the world due to early scanning. If you're a young player, remember that one. Get 'em on then. Fifth is knowing that opportunity and practice creates an expert and builds confidence. I see it all the time in the young players that they're worried about making mistakes when they're given an opportunity in a game, such as a kickoff or a conversion. Try not to worry about mistakes. All of the top players have made so many mistakes. That's how they've been able to get to the position that they do. Doesn't matter if you fail once, you'll get another chance to try again. And I've always stuck to the motto of at least fail falling forwards. So every time you fail, you'll get another chance to correct it. The second comes to practice. So that preparation builds confidence. The more I always found that I could prepare, the better I felt during a game. So tie those two things together, practice, and then also look for those opportunities in the game. Don't worry about mistakes, and you'll improve as a player. Number 6 is true for all sports, but my experience is specifically in rugby. Whether you're having a hard day in work or school or with whatever, there's a pretty special feeling about turning up to training or a game where you see that floodlit pitch and you know for the next hour, hour and a half, you're going to be running around with your mates, throwing some seeds. It's a pretty special feeling. Those of you that play rugby will know what I'm on about. One other memory which is really linked to this is that feeling of when you're a kid playing on a wet, cold day, getting into a shower, fully clothed. How good was that? Let's keep going. Number 7 is knowing that if you are lucky enough to make it as a professional rugby player, you're going to get time to yourself. And while it is amazing, I'll definitely recommend doing it, becoming a professional card player and coffee drinker with the boys. That definitely needs to happen. You also have loads of time to set yourself up for life after rugby when eventually it comes. This could be further study, getting yourself a trade, anything that's going to take some of the stress off so that you're not always worrying about what if rugby was to stop tomorrow, what would I do? Number 8 is a bit of a strange one, but it's the fact that people are absolutely obsessed with single player lifts in sevens. In the last 6 months on the sevens page, they've uploaded 25 reels, but these have amassed over 108 million views and over 140,000 likes. People just can't stop watching it. Number 9 is the fact that the Millennium Stadium with a closed roof on a Six Nations Day is the best fan experience and best atmosphere for watching rugby. If you think you know a game or a stadium that can rival this, let me know in the comments. Number 10 is that talent is helpful, but it's attitude that wins in the long term. This is probably best characterised by all those players that shone when you played when you were a child, but seemed to disappear when it turned to age grade or competitive rugby. In terms of my own rugby journey, I definitely had talent growing up, but I would put it more down to the hard work that I put in away from the rugby pitch. I think I realised at quite a young age that I did a little and often, gradually getting harder and harder, I would see the benefits over a week, a month and even a year. I didn't know it at the time, but that's definitely called progressive overload, or what they would call it in modern day S&C. And if you can get your head around that as a younger player, doing little and often, getting gradually harder, you'll see the improvements over months and over the years. A couple of things that might help with this. First of all is having to think about what you want to get out of the sport, or where you maybe want to be in 5 or 10 years time in terms of the sport. This will give you your reason why and what you are working towards when you have to spend those days or those nights working on your own in the gym on your physical abilities, or on the pitch on your fitness or your skills. You can always refer back to this when times get tough. The second is just celebrating the small wins. So not worrying about that event that you're aiming for in 5 to 10 years time, but celebrating a good day of training, a good week of work, or a good month of training and playing. This mentality will help you stay in the moment. Number 11 is going into every single tackle with 100% commitment. This is the safest but also the most effective way to do so. You could take this a step further for any single decision on the pitch. Any decision that you make with 100% commitment will probably lead to something good, even more so than if you make the right decision but with a 50% commitment. I teach this to all my younger players. Number 12 is that failures and setbacks are often the best times to learn about yourself, but they also don't define you as a person. My biggest one happened around the Rio 2016 Olympics. We had a massive trial between Scotland, England and Wales over about 8 weeks. We were split into 2 teams and I was the captain of one of them. We played in 4 tournaments and we won 3 out of 4 of those. The 4th one we lost by a drop kick in the semi-final, and it was the only game we lost over the whole campaign. I was lucky enough to be the top point scorer, even though they cut my points in half on the league table, and I was nominated player of the tournament in the final one before selection. The day after that tournament I was selected as a travelling reserve, and I was absolutely devastated as I felt I was the halfback in form. I tried to stay positive, but a lot of things happened over that Olympics which just made it a very unpleasant experience. But it did give me a chance to do a bit of soul searching, and at the end of it, 2 phrases or mantras really helped me for the rest of my career. The first one is that you haven't failed until you quit, and the second is that good sailors are made on stormy seas. So you need these challenges in life to find out a bit about yourself. Number 13 is around one of the best things you can do as a young player, and that's going to watch games live. The benefit of this is that you can follow one player in your position for the whole game and see everything that they do. The second part of this is being able to take the specific skills that you see the player doing it in the game and take out key aspects that will help you with the skills. When I was a young player, I think that was one of the best things I could do, was watch someone do a skill and try and copy it to the best of my ability. For kicking, it could be, are they holding the ball on the top, on the side or under the ball? Which bit of the foot they're trying to hit? Are they standing up tall? All these small aspects you can take from watching the pros do it can really help your game. Number 14 is that sevens is perhaps the quickest and best way to improve as a player. Unfortunately, most unions may never see it this way. In sevens, you're forced to perform your skills under fatigue and pressure. You get to travel the world, basically learn to manage your own nutrition, hydration, your sleep, everything it takes to be a good professional rugby player. You also get to play against some of the best players in the world, and for me, this really accelerates your growth and learning. Number 15 is that leaders come in all shapes and sizes. Some people like to lead by doing, other people like to lead with their words. Both work and can be really effective. Personally, when I was captain, I would prefer the first method, leading by doing. I don't know where I picked up this saying or mantra, but I had this mindset before every game, and I would say to myself that this could be the only game that someone ever sees you play. So how do you want them to remember that? Number 16 is around all of the skills you learn in rugby that can be transferred into everyday life. This could be confidence in your physical and mental abilities, team working, communication, working under pressure, working to a schedule, and also being able to take and give feedback. All of these would make you very hireable in a normal job. Number 17 is quite a few quickfire ones, so I'll try and rattle them off as I'm walking up here. The first is that old saying about the bigger they are, the harder they fall. I do agree with this, but would take it a step further. The bigger they are, often the worse their skills are. This is because for the majority of rugby, they can rely on their size until they say get to men's and women's rugby when there's a load of other big fish and it's a much bigger pond. The next is that speed wins more often than not, and if I was to change one thing during my career, I would have made myself faster rather than bigger. If you want to be a professional rugby player, regardless of your size, just play in the backs. Even if you're a big player as a child, just play in the backs. Trust me, you have far more chance at making it. The physio bed reveals a lot about someone's character. Regular prehab is the best way to keep you fit and playing on the field. Run fast at least twice a week. It will make you faster, but also protect you from injuries. If you're not having fun, then make it fun. If you don't pick a day to rest, your body will pick it for you. You need regular breaks throughout the season just for your overall health and well-being. Number 18 is that if you get a chance to play with your family, then do it. It's perhaps the most special games you'll ever play in. One of my favourite memories from my whole career is getting to play with my brother in that Welsh Sevens jersey out in Poland and helping him score his first international try. Number 19 is the fact that jobs for the boys has been ruining rugby for the longest time. I've lost count of how many times I've seen the same bad blokes just going from union to union, these high-powered jobs, making selfish decisions that affect everyone below them. It's having a massive effect on rugby, and I think particularly in somewhere like Wales, we're seeing the outcomes of that now. Number 20 is the opposite of the previous point, and it's celebrating all those incredible people who do work within rugby, in rugby clubs all around the world. Be coaches, physios, club men, club women, whoever it is who pour their heart and soul into their local rugby club to make sure that everyone has an amazing time and experience within the sport. We need more of those people. And I would definitely say those amazing people far outnumber the bad eggs. It's just often the bad eggs have the power. 21 is the fact that I think women's rugby needs to carve its own path away from the men's game. The traditional way that men have done it has only grown the game to a certain point. It's a little bit archaic at times, and I think that the women's game has a chance to do it in their own unique, special, and more modern way. And I'm excited to see how that goes over the next 10, 15 years. '22 is around my experience with referees, and on the whole, most of them are very friendly and do want to be a friend. They're not going to change that decision once they've made it, but the best referees will talk you through that decision and build up some rapport and even explain it to you after the game. 23 is around head knocks. If you do get one in the game, just come off the pitch. You don't need to be a martyr. The research is still ongoing with concussions, the long-term effects that they can have. So if you get one in a game, just come off. It's not worth the risk. You can play another day. 24 is that rugby isn't always a meritocracy. I've seen it throughout my lifetime that rugby got obsessed with picking the biggest and strongest players, but I'm very happy to see that in the modern game, in the last couple of years, players are being picked for their ability, not just their size. And finally, the thing that I've found most rewarding during my rugby career, and that's the coaching journey I've gone on in person and through social media. I started this page about 5 years ago, and I've had so many messages from players around the world who have said that the videos or tutorials, whatever it is, has helped them. I keep a screenshot of every single one of these messages, and it just reminds me how amazing the people that play and are involved within rugby all around the world are. So if you're a current player and you get a chance to coach or help someone out, just take it, you'll feel amazing for it, and it's probably one of the best lessons that I've taken from rugby. Rugby has given me so much in life, from a career and a purpose to more memories than I can count. So if you're just starting off or you've been playing for years, make sure you're enjoying it. You'll never get those moments back. Here's to another 25 years.